Deborah Rosen is an excellent poet, and she edits Rhino magazine once a year out of the North Shore of Chicago. And she reads at various places, but more often than not publishes. And she's read at Brothers K, she's read, you know, in our first incarnation when David Rubin and Charlie Newman were hosting at the cafe. And yeah, at the Evanston Public Library and other venues around there. And okay, take it away, Jeanette.
Well, the thing that I think is beautiful is you listen to the actual poems that this woman performs, and they have a strength, no, they have a depth. I have to figure out the right word to be able to do this properly. They've got a depth that makes you feel that you're doing something more than, oh, I'm just going to sit and listen to somebody reading something off. This woman, I love her voice, I love her work, and I think everyone else does it well. And I think this is a perfect cap for 2013. So please, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Deborah Rosen! Come on up,
She actually co-edits. She co-edits Rhino. She's one of the editors.
But that's okay, because there's enough work there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to read from my latest poetry book, which is called Sightseer, and they're all my travel poems.
Tell us about the book.
I'll read from the book and it'll explain, but I'll give up anything in the world but travel. I love to be put in a place where I have no preconceptions and can just have the place explain itself to me. So, since we have a gentleman here who just returned from India, I will read the first poem in the book, which is called In India. Layers of time, like tectonic plates of braid, and women in their saris walk back and forth across the centuries, stitching them together with steps so slow and neat, the gauzy fabrics draping their faces scarcely ruffle, and the water pots on their heads seem tethered to the sky, where Shiva and Durga, Vishnu and Lakshmi move their disciples through endless lives, past Buddhist temples hewn from rock, and Mughal palaces where women watch the world through stone lattice, delicate as lace. I cannot slow my western stride, rein my body into smaller space. I ravage through days as if they won't be used again, and territory leaving swirls of debris. My mouth is too slack for slim Hindi words. My stomach sucks in villages of food. Still, believe I will learn, and it is enough to cross a field in a day, keep all I own in a thin metal box, that free of agents, trainers, tutors, teachers, excess will drain, my flesh become taut, until I can fit into India, be content to live one life at a time. And this poem, I won't tell you where it's from. I think you'll get that from the poem itself. It's called Iguazu Falls. I grip the handrail of this wooden bridge, damp with spray, grooved with old names. Yes, I whisper to each letter I touch. Here, at this spot, my name will give me foreverness too. Just here, where a spider web, thin as thought, links this handrail to that tree branch. Here, where a phalanx of ants is carrying a fly past the mountain of my shoe, and an agouti suddenly stands statue-like on a rock. Look, in the constancy of this mist, a butterfly has landed on my thumb, and I, with the merest tilt of my head, can create rainbow after rainbow, arching from Brazil to Argentina over Iguazu Falls.
I knew it was South America, but until you said Argentina, I wasn't sure which country.
It was fascinating. I could go from this spot to this spot, and I went from Argentina to Brazil. Made me feel very powerful. This poem is called Lulan Beauty, and it takes place in the Xinjiang Autonomous Region Museum in China. And you are beautiful, Lulan Beauty, in that red woven coat, fitted cloche, curls framing your long, thin face and nose. You could be merely resting in those hand-stitched leather boots. Please, I'm tapping on the glass. Was life tranquil 4,000 years ago in Xinjiang? Now I'm wandering your Taklamakan desert, looking for your serenity. I picture you on your hands and knees, coaxing barley or hemp from soil along the Tarim River, before the river wandered off from Lulan, left everyone in sand that leached away all liquid and all time. Time, that explains my tapping. Did you have time enough? The pleasure of mourning, with only one task and only one way to perform it beside a clean, flowing river? Was each day fresh and plump, none of our shriveled minutes flaking into dust? I read you are from the Celtic realm. Did you live always east of home? Are all of us strangers in a land not ours, searching for that beginning time of competency, confidence, all homesick, Eden always to the west? Are there any countries you'd like me to read about, particularly?
You got one for Turkey?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
How about Greece? Ecuador?
Not Ecuador.
Syria? Greece.
I shouldn't have asked. I have China.
China!
Do another China.
Okay.
I just saw a Chinese movie last night, so that's
All right. I
Okay.
have a Chinese phone.
That's right. I'm going to read, let's see, I'm going to read Pillar of Salt in China. This is my one political poem. I wrote it for one of our previous presidents. Pillar of Salt, China. The emperor of all China traveled from his Beijing palace south to Hangzhou, city that Marco Polo told him was most beautiful in the world. Ah, but in Beijing, the emperor told his Hangzhou hosts, we have a white pagoda. That night, the salt merchant of Hangzhou fashioned his fortune into one shimmering white tower. The sun rose, and the emperor, seeing this rival glistening on a distant hill, demanded to touch it. Imagine those Hangzhou courtiers refusing their emperor's request. Imagine the emperor accepting this refusal from his subjects as he returned to Beijing to rule his kingdom most advanced in learning and inventions throughout the world. I thought maybe some of our presidents ought to listen a bit to that. Shall I read one more?
Of course, please do. Oh, please, you've got another 10. You can take as long as you like. We have the entire night, and I want more. More. Give me more.
Okay.
I do.
Probably shouldn't read this one, but I will.
Why? Is it dirty?
New Delhi shoe shine, India. Listen, can you hear me? I have to whisper. This is not my country, but I must tell you what happened to us walking across the way-worn grass in Delhi toward shops selling silver jewelry, Indian rugs. Shoe shine boys, hair and eyes black as crows, circled round us, insisting, "Very cheap, mister, very quick, madam." Defying our no, they captured our avoiding glances, flaunted our fear. "Shit on your shoe," the limping one pointed. A brown, soft snake lay curled on my husband's boot. "We clean, we fix," they chanted, grabbing the boot, blocking our path. Better job off. First one boot, then the other was in their hands. Actors, alchemists, they tore out the insoles, replaced them with new ones, shined and slicked, slipped one boot on, demanded $10, snubbed our 3. The leader grabbed our $5 final offer and disappeared with the money. Before we understood, we'd ransomed only one shoe, owed his minions $5 for the other. Wretched with admiration, I wanted to cover my eyes, cover my ears, refused to turn when a 6-year-old bumped me, refused to hear when he said, "Shit on your shoe."
Yeah!
Since we're still in India.
By the way, someone in India said that's a good description.
That's a good description of what goes on there.
Oh, okay.
They provide you a service, then ask for money.
Yeah.
Service you can't refuse. But
Yes, chasing a person through the airport who has my bag.
Oh,
Oh, no.
this is called Rajasthani Bound in India. I am both sight and sightseer, wandering this Rajasthan desert, past a grand stone haveli, home to a family with lineage. What will be out of bounds to my tourist camera as my "may I photograph" smile is noticed by the saris in the cloistered courtyard, and I am waved inside past a cloud of peach rocking the infant in a slatted cradle. Am I to be spiced for a dull afternoon? Mother-in-law, sister-in-law, grandmother, all sheathed in silk, glittering gold, nod to this drab Westerner, my beige boyness suddenly fading me to tears. Shyly, I point to their saris, and they are wrapping me in colored cloth around my waist, over my shoulders, pinning me in, bracelets up both arms. Then a diamond tiara holds down my hair, my neck tight in gold chains, breath halt now and shallow. Mincing steps replace my Western stride. Soon, bored with their game, they turn away. I hold up my tiny mirror. Like them, I am beautiful and bound.
That was awesome.
Anything from Spain?
Beautiful.
No, I don't.
Wow.
I've never been to Spain.
Ireland or Scotland or
But I kinda like the music.
I'm afraid.
Celtic lands?
Where have you been? No, it's awesome hearing that last one was awesome.
It is.
How about
Fun.
any more from South America?
Yeah, I do.
Or Central America.
I got one from each. Here's
Cool.
South America. This is called Swimming in the Amazon. Seed on a leaf, cloud on the breathing wind, my body a speck on this river, this Amazon of beginnings, Andes snow to the river, river to rain, rain to the river, that carries its memory locked in the circle of beginnings, rings of raindrops. Look at me, river, you of endless beginnings. I am dancing circles in your water. See the foam painting pictures of clouds, clouds telling stories of foam. I no longer have a beginning, and the current swift. Hold me, river, the way a flower holds a beetle in a night of nectar, releases its listening body to the sun. Grasp me here, where your vines are a faithful reflection of the trees and vines woven above me. This vain guarana leaf floating past, with its small circle of seed and small circle of rot. Did you send it to me, river, so that I will know that rot is renewal? Learn your language, the language of leaf and seed. And you wanted one of Central?
Central America,
Okay. This
where
is-
the term America came from.
That's right.
This is called the Sand Artists of Costa Rica. A dancer, elaborately drawn with specks of sand, swirls a hula skirt just beyond the waves, near sunflowers and balloons drawn with strings. Who is this artist who sneaks upon the beach at night to decorate the silent sand, each drawing abstract but identifiable? See the birthday cake, the bicycle, its thin rimmed tires. Too many careful pictures for a child's slim patience. Adults too busy tanning to be bothered, or the teens at sunset, all music and movement. Tiny holes, no larger than the beads of sand they paint with, identify the artists. Crabs digging new homes to replace the ones the rising tide has washed away, unaware that their talent rivals paintings for sale in shops bordering the beach. Okay. Should I keep going, or?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, how about one closer one, and you did a half hour in my love. How about give us one, your awesomest one that you can think of. One more.
One more.
One of
Okay.
ours. Your signature piece. Even if there's that one.
This is called Home. Cement fresh spread like icing on my walk, and along each side green hills of lawn. While I dream the pavement dry to simple squares, chipmunk, fervently awake, burrows a house beneath these slabs, lines his new home with velvet soil. What is the language between us? He lives within the now of an acorn. My body is mired in time. I see danger in each widening crack. Fear a child will trip, the postman stumble, helpless chipmunk babies crushed. I want to hold chipmunk, explain foundation, weight, and stress to him. even to the acorn. My land, his borough, how indivisible. Will I teach property law to a creature serene in his home, the work of his hands, or trace our birthrights back to Solomon? And if I, this shadow, this noise, trail seeds to a safe house I've dug, neat and smooth behind a bush, why would he leave his den? Or fear trampling feet which could collapse the sidewalk upon him? We both forage for food, too busy to read signs that warn of floods, or marching boots that may be moving toward us even now. We do not look up, believing that the inchoate sky has no capacity to fall. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I don't think that was loud enough. Get up one more time for Cabaret. Thank this place so very much for having this place up for us all year, this year and last, and hopefully the next year's
And have a wonderful, should I say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, every holiday that everybody might possess. Enjoy it, and I look forward to seeing you all on the 15th of January. Thank you, thank you, thank you.